Welcome back to the channel. This is Off the Pitch, brought to you by Azar Studios. If you're joining for the very first time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share all of our content on this channel. Let's head to the All Queens, the Wimbledon, where one man will be hoping to make it back to back to back. But he enters this competition as the world number 2. And in the women's category, like you always know, it is the most inconsistent category when it comes to tennis. Uncanny Sam and the Bishop joins me as we look at the Wimbledon that kickstarts next week, Monday.
Yep.
Carlos Alcaraz, defending champion, he's won the last two editions back to back
against the same opponent. Novak Djokovic.
He's going to have a Novak who is not giving up. Who wants to win number 25.
Exactly.
Novak is not 25. He wants to win the 25th Grand Slam. He wants to stand alone and win that elusive 25th Grand Slam. Can he finally get it?
Well, he might. But here's the simple truth, right? Alcaraz. Amazing guy. But get the funny thing. Win or lose, he's still going to remain number 2.
Absolutely. That's the funny part.
Win or lose. And as a matter of fact, if he didn't even go far enough, he might
can even drop to number 3.
He can drop that to number 3. That's how crazy it is. It means Sinner is safe wherever it is and this thing. Another competition. For 2 years, we've seen him dominated. For 2 years, we've seen him fight from back to back, to win these. We've seen how he has actually grown over the years. And he's becoming a lovable fella. And I can't wait for the competition to start. What, like it or not, they're the new face of the tournament they're the new face of tennis right now.
It's Carlos.
And it's good to see them. It's good to see them doing this amazing job. As a moment, tennis was becoming boring. Then all of a sudden,
new boys
they came. And the Wimbledon Open is one of the most amazing tennis. Grand Slam. The grass, then the crowds looking all white. You understand? Yeah. They call it the old white. The English World Competition Award. I've forgotten the old name. And so amazing competition. Yeah. But he's going to be coming up against the same familiar foes.
Yeah.
Will he do it again this time around? Like I always say, if it is bad for him, he struggle. But if it is bad for Sinner does not struggle. Sinner find a way of grinding results. And he's even going to be playing a Wimbledon that has an improved reward system. Last year, money, the pot was just 50 million pounds. This year is 54 million pounds. That's an 11% increase. Yeah. Now, the winner this time around is going to take 3 million pounds, which is huge.
Before we go to other guys, let's talk about Andy Murray. Now, the women are saying that I think 2 years time, 2027, they will look at making a statue of Andy Murray. He won it.
Yes, twice.
I think it was
just after the Olympics. In Paris.
He won just after the Olympics in Paris. He's been a British servant when it comes to tennis.
I don't want to wax lyrical about Andy Murray because a lot of people say,
we must give it to Murray. This is why.
I agree.
In an era where Djokovic,
Federer,
Nadal, and Federer, these guys were dominant, and at some point we felt nobody.
And he came around.
He came around and he won, I think, 4 or 5 Grand Slam. Within these guys, won back-to-back Olympic gold medal, including beating Roger Federer in one of the finals.
Before you continue, so are you trying to tell me that we should justify the underperformance of probably the Neymar and the other guys in the era of Messi and Ronaldo? Come on now.
No, but
for a British tennis player.
Exactly. Look.
No, I can't remember the last time British won the Wimbledon.
It's been a long time.
And this guy did not win it once.
And remember,
he won it twice. I remember,
in the Neymar case, they didn't win anything.
No. They were just...
it's not justified. They failed. They allowed this guy to dominate them.
So are you saying...
I think
failed. Simple. That's what I'm trying to say here.
I agree with you.
Why?
I look at
See, 2 Grand Slam in an era that's... I think 2 Grand Slam all in all. Only 2 Grand Slam, if I'm not mistaken. All in all.
No, only 2 Grand Slam.
And which other Grand Slam? That's the only 2 Grand Slam he won.
No, he won 1 French... No.
That's only 2 Grand Slam he won.
No, he won more than 1. He won more than 1.
I think only... We're talking about... See, the what do we call him? Sinner of this that we're talking about. They're on the verge of winning their 3-4 Grand Slam already.
Yes, because they're in an era where how many players are in the era?
The era is horrible.
How many players are in the era?
Horrible.
But let me explain something to you. See, for a play, this guy came in and broke in the jinx. At some point we thought that
he never did.
Let me explain.
He was always hovering around.
Let me tell you why.
3 Grand Slam.
He
won the US Open.
Yeah, US Open. Let me explain to you why I said so.
He won the US Open.
This guy came into a scenario where everybody thought, that tennis has left England. It's no longer a European.
Has left Britain.
I left Britain, UK in general ourselves. This guy came in from nowhere, like you said, came into a Wimbledon that is hosted in front of the home fans, did the unthinkable, Not once.
He did it
but
twice, right?
twice against Roland Raonic. Beat him and won it. And
The thing is this, right?
And even before he was retired, I think my man was the commissioner of the Wimbledon said clearly that they will build a statue for him. When
My
he
issue
retires.
is my issue.
And now they've confirmed that it happened to 27. It's their
essential-
own. It belongs to them.
My issue is the edification, the way they're edifying him. Then
Because
what
he's
should
British.
I'm coming? Then what should the French be doing to
They
Nadal?
already did a statue
Okay,
of
I
Nadal.
don't want to.
They did a statue
Exactly,
of
you have
Nadal.
no more than that. That's what I'm trying to say. 14 French Open.
He's Mr.
14
French.
French
Nadal
Open.
made the French Open boring.
Boring. Yes,
He never did. Other guys made
No,
it boring.
no,
They
he
used
made
to
it-
compete against him.
Because he was
Other
dominating
guys
too
made
much.
it boring. They used to compete against him.
Okay, so
Other guys made it
But
boring.
let me sit here.
They used to
Let me
compete
sit
against
here.
him.
When it comes to clay, what name comes to your mind?
Nadal.
King of Clay, yeah. They
When it
call
comes
him
to
that.
Wimbledon, what name comes to your mind?
what? Nobody
Federer.
told me that. Federer. I think
Federer, because of he had,
Federer.
but it wasn't immaculate. It wasn't like
See.
he was ahead of everyone.
I think the only person
They
that
shared it.
dominated one Grand Slam
It's like-
was just
Nadal.
Nadal.
Was just Nadal, right?
And that's why
And I
give
think Djokovic
Djokovic
in
did
Australia.
too. Australia Open as well.
I think 7 or so.
Australia Open. But since you can say that nobody is the king of Wimbledon, a homegrown talent,
Did it twice. in his
twice,
own home.
and people are happy
What made it special?
because he's a homegrown talent.
Which
British player come close?
I want to get where
Which British player
Organis
come
is
close?
not excited
Yeah.
about
What made it
that.
special? Sincerely speaking?
Why are you not excited about Murray?
Because of the Grand Slam. Out of how many? How many attempts?
3
More
Grand
than
Slam.
10. No, I'm talking about the
No,
Wimbledon
not
Open.
more than
More
10.
than 10. I'm talking about
It's more
more
than
than 10.
It's more than
No,
more than 40.
for the
Wimbledon.
No, okay, for the Wimbledon.
Yeah,
more than
more
10.
than 10. More than
Yes.
10.
And he had only how many? I'm talking about 2.
2 over 10 is 1 over 5. In
So,
mathematics, he
it's
tried.
like-
He tried now.
It's like
No, so it's feeling.
probably then guys like John Terry guys like John Terry, guys like Frank Lampard should have their edifice all over. I mean, they should have
All
their
over
statue all
Chelsea.
over because of what they've actually. You understand, my brother? It doesn't actually make sense for me. Nice player. He was one
Yeah.
that he was the only obstacle at some point.
Yeah.
Against the big three,
The big guys,
right?
yeah.
But come on, edifying him to that extent for me. I mean, I think they're
But
overdoing
which
it.
British
They
player
know.
come close? And look at Jack Draper.
Forget about British
They're
player. I don't
never-
even want to talk about
never not
British
so
player.
good.
British players are not. when it comes to
Even in the
tennis.
female category itself, I
Raducanu.
try my best. Raducanu, it's not working.
I sorry, this is other lady. I'm trying to remember her name.
Katasona.
No,
it's
before
not
Katasona.
working.
No, there's this
Somebody,
recent girl.
former
yeah.
British number 1. Because Raducanu is now back to number 1.
Yeah. Not long ago, I'm trying to remember her name.
So you look at it, this is still.
Well, good for him. I mean, amazing career.
Give him a
Recently,
flower.
he was this
Exactly.
guy's coach before he was sacked.
No, that's like they parted way
He was
mutually.
part of Novak
Mutually.
coaching
They
team.
parted
Then they
way
parted way.
mutually.
Yeah,
But let's come back to the Wimbledon itself. The men's category. I think for Novak Djokovic, he should begin to look at retirement, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
He still wants to keep
No.
wants to.
He is. He's been to do that. When he lost against Sinner
He said he may not
in the
return,
French
yeah, he
Open,
may
he
not
said,
return,
"This
yeah.
might be my last.
Yeah, he may
That
not
might
return,
not
yeah.
be here."
So
next
if he's
year."
saying he will not
he's
return,
beginning
that
to
means
indicate-
we're looking at this year.
No, we don't know. He's saying
no.
I might.
May,
you
it's
understand?
a probability.
So he's not certain about it. I know he's a go
But he's a
getter.
man who wants to
Because
break
it's
the
the third
record.
Grand Slam
I think
of
the, I think the
After this, we
I
head to
think
the US.
I think
Yeah, we have the US Open.
I,
Which is
exactly.
the hard court.
I think the
Yeah.
motivation
Under
for,
hard court.
the motivation for Djokovic that he wants to break that record. It was like when you are too motivated, you take it like Serena Williams took it too far and almost lost her accent.
You know the funny thing, despite
Yeah.
the motivation, he's becoming too ordinary by the day. Too ordinary.
Because the big
Novak Djokovic
because
of this
the
world
younger
was
guys are
taken
dealing with
apart
him.
in a
But the
semi-final.
man who gets to a final of a Grand Slam is not doing badly.
He didn't get to a final this year. He has to get a final.
That's not going to a
for
final.
a
I
very
know
long
this
period
year
of
he
time.
hasn't.
Last year he got just one final.
One final. Listen, deep,
With
at what age?
Wimbledon Open.
And this is Wimbledon.
Which
You
I understand.
You cannot.
I understand.
And
Nice
after
guy.
that, he goes to a court where he enjoys the US Open as well.
Well, let's see what he's going to do. I just hope he's going to bring the competition
I just hope
there.
he gets that. See, I want him to get. No, why? For the sake, because there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, he does the dark arts." I don't care, man.
Yeah, he does a
We
lot
need-
of that.
I
That
don't
makes him
wanna go there.
unpopular.
I don't. Well, yeah, I agree with you.
Makes him
But
unpopular.
he gets the job done, which is very important.
Now let's go to the women's category. Any surprises for the women?
Yeah, I think no, before I even go there, let me say something. Zabalenka has finally apologized.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that.
she finally
wrote-
apologized.
She sent
She
a
said
mail. She wrote a long
she
epistle.
said she realized she did something that she ought not to have done. It was
Yeah.
unprofessional of her. And we're so hard on her
And
here.
should
We
I be
said
happy? Let's give her kudos. It takes a lady to know that she's wrong and then to apologize.
yeah, well, it takes somebody who actually understands
Yeah.
what it. But come on, she's a professional player.
She
Part
should
of
not
her
be doing
training
such.
is she should not be doing
She,
such.
that's the
So
first
for me,
thing.
that she even
She
did
shouldn't
that
even
alone
go
is-
involved in
is
that.
off
I want to
completely.
forgive her for at least retracting her statement.
One person I'm not going to vouch for
Yeah.
going to competition speaking is
Coco Gauff.
Coco Gauff. I'm not going
You
to
don't
vouch
know
for
what
her.
you can
No,
get.
I don't
I'm not
think-
gonna vouch for
I
her.
don't think even
But
though
one person I will vouch for going to this competition is Sam Zabalenka.
Yeah, Sabalenka, she can do it.
Yeah,
I don't
Sabalenka, she can do it.
this girl, and it's not only again that I think again she has an outside chance as well. I'm trying to get her name.
Is it Jasmine Paolini?
not Paulini? There's a certain lady.
Is it Iga Swiatek?
Swiatek.
No, Swiatek. Come on, Swiatek is there now.
Yeah,
That's the person I wanted to
I know
call.
people say go goof and because I don't want.
No, I think for
Fiontek.
Coco Gauff, I think for Coco
Fiontek,
Gauff,
very important.
winning the last Grand Slam,
the French Open.
has helped her.
Yes.
But I don't think she can maintain
Confidence-wise.
that consistent level.
But the good thing about the
to
women
win
categories that,
the Wimbledon.
like you say, you don't know what to expect. We saw this lady does what's her name? Marketa Vandrosa winning the
Stuttgart.
the Berlin Open. So
She's been around there.
She's been around there. So you don't know what to expect. You can surprise Gauff. I've seen Gauff being knocked out in the second round.
In
the first round.
When I saw Gauff,
We've seen it.
listen to me. Before winning the US Open 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
She won her first title in Jam. I think the Hamburg Open. Then she went 2 weeks later, she went ahead to win the US Open. I started rooting for her. That is when disappointment started.
Everyone said the next Serena Williams, and then she
She
disappeared.
barely gets to the semi-final.
disappeared.
Highest round 16.
Round 16,
Or
round
And
quarterfinal.
that disappointment again is Sloane Stephens.
Well, I'm trying to even talk about her here.
I'm
first.
just giving an example of
Yeah.
people who they thought
So,
they were
for
gonna
her, I'm not-
they're gonna
I'm-
hit
I'm-
the ranks
I
and
I
then
think the US are suffering. They are suffering.
to the
I'm
place
not
of
leaving her
Williams.
out completely right.
I just
but I'm not vouching for
I
her.
think it's soft. I think it's US. Have they cast a kind of Australians cast a shadow over the US player because
Not really. Have you
Has she-
seen Serena of recent? She has changed completely.
I know.
So sleep.
I'm just saying.
There are rumors that she might come back.
as-
That she wants to come back. There are rumors that she wants to come back. She looks so fit. She has
If
shedded
she comes
so
back, she
much
should please
weight.
come back with Sharapova. but guys, before we go, let me ask you on Kani Sam. Who's
It's still
your
going to be between
favorite?
the two. I mean, it's still going to be between the two. This do have especially an upset, and who's going to survive that upset? Since it's most likely Alcaraz. I'm expecting an upset. I'm expecting one of these two might not get to the final. Either Alcaraz or Sinner. But most likely it's going to be Alcaraz. Most likely it's going to be Alcaraz that's going to
So
survive
but
that
if Sinner
upset.
gets to the final, Sinner wins it. That's for me.
Yeah, if Sinner gets to final, Sinner
wins
wins
it.
it. Then for the women categories, I think only one name for me,
Swiatek.
Sabalenka.
Sabalenka.
For me, I think if Sinner gets to the final, he'll win. But I think for me, I think I may see a final of Sinner Alcaraz. But anyway,
I am expecting an upset this time.
I just
around. I am
expect
expecting an upset.
I want Carlos Alcaraz to win it again. I don't know why. I've got that soft spot for me because of my love
3 in a row.
for Rafa Nadal. Yeah.
3 in a row.
Oh, why not?
Wow.
But the ladies category, I know I go with Swiatek. I know it's an outside chance because of the way Sabalenka is playing at the moment, but
Swiatek.
she's got that Grand Slam
No, she used to be the
experience.
face.
Yeah, she used to be the face of- so she's
no,
got that
her
experience,
issue-
yeah.
Her issue started with the issue of that drug.
Yeah,
that
Iga.
drug test.
That
where
doping issue.
Doping issue, yeah.
That was actually affect her mentally. I think if she can put herself back mentally, come on, she's
But-
good.
If I could have put one,
let me ask-
before you go ahead, if I could pull one person off from retirement, and I said I'll get back Ashley Barty, but unfortunately she left us too soon.
Yeah,
and
injury obviously.
But she was number one. She
Why
left.
is
She was
why
the
is the women's tennis not consistent? Or is it the level of competition?
Is it level?
No,
Because-
I think
Should we
no.
stop using
The
not
liberalization
competitive?
is supposed started with women tennis.
Okay.
Immediately they demystified Serena. Women tennis became open.
She was like a one man.
I think
Yeah,
the
she was like a
moment-
one-man gang.
Because first,
The moment she was
Serena
demystified,
demystified her sister.
first of all, she
Yeah,
knocked
she
out
was
Venus.
her
She
sister.
knocked out her sister.
Cleared her out. And sure, it was
And then
clear.
Sharapova came in.
no, Sharapova. It was even Naomi Osaka that demystified the
Osaka,
final.
no,
I think.
Naomi.
I'm talking
When
about
Sharapova,
when
yeah,
during Serena's era.
they were
Yeah.
struggling.
You know, they were
Sharapova and the rest of them.
struggling,
Then
but it
the
was
drug
one man.
issue.
But it was
She was dealing with her, it
She
was
was
crazy.
dealing with everybody.
So many of them. You have Kim Kleister, you have Lena, and the rest of them. But the women actually, you have. I mean, not Randros. I'm trying to remember this Spanish girl, Magruza, and the rest of them.
And there was this Moroccan lady.
Where is Magruza?
I mean, gone
No, so
now.
remember the Moroccan lady?
She's still there.
The Tunisian lady on
Tunisian lady,
Sebois.
on
On the
Sebois.
bar. She has been there, but she has never been.
She has dropped.
Just like what was her name?
That's
Just
it.
like-
Just like also Kevin
I think
Anderson.
Ozeba is a talent that was
she
not
was
fully
never
harnessed.
see her talent.
Was never
is
harnessed.
skin, is skin deep. Fact, it's somebody I follow
Yes.
so well
Not
because
fully harnessed.
she was
Not
an
fully
African that was
harnessed.
actually putting Africa on the map. But funny enough, when she started putting Africa on the map,
Is it pressure?
The Arabs took her away. Like she's the first Arab lady to do this. She's the
Pressure.
first Arab lady to do that. But she was the only African lady.
I
that
think she got to
actually
the
put Africa.
semi-final of the Grand
She
Slam.
got
Yeah,
to
she
even the
does.
final. I
Oh yeah,
think.
she got to the final.
But she has
of the
never
Grand
won a
Slam,
Grand
but she
Slam.
didn't
That's the
win
problem.
a Grand
That's
Slam.
I don't think she's the next big thing that didn't become a big thing.
No, she was never. She was pushing.
She was too
beyond-
good.
I think she was punching beyond her.
But the talent
this
was
thing.
there, man.
The talent was not actually there.
It was
Because at
no, I
some
watched
point,
her play.
because
I
at
watched
some
her
point
play.
she was
The
talent was-
consistently
it was-
getting
I loved her.
to the semi-final of the ATP Masters.
She has
Yes.
a moment. See,
Getting to, I think she
when
won
her
a
moment
Masters
came-
title.
Yeah, she won
Won the
a
Masters,
a
she
couple of
won the-
Masters.
yes.
Yeah.
But she didn't win a Grand Slam.
When her moment
Sadly.
came, when she was there, but she was never. Look, life's all about moment. Your moment comes. If you're good, you take it. If you're not good, you get
She had a
loose.
chance to win the Grand Slam at some point. Remember the final she got there and she goofed. Everybody was on the
Her
favorite.
talent was not enough to win the Grand
to
Slam
win
for her. Come
And
on,
then there was a
so-
certain Kevin Anderson also.
South
African. What is happening to Africa and tennis?
I don't know. It's a family game. Maybe we refuse to invade. You understand? It's individual game, so his family
How
actually
many,
work on
how many
it.
tennis courts do you have a proper?
I mean, a
Nigeria?
lot in Morocco, a lot in
In
Africa,
Nigeria,
a
We
lot
have in Nigeria, we have in Lagos,
You
we
have
have
in
in
Abuja.
Abuja. Come on, so we do have.
But the thing is, there are no structure. No, there are no structure.
structure.
So
to
maybe
bring
there's
it
no
up,
structure to make it
To
up
bring
because
it on, yeah.
this is it. You're either playing on hard court,
And
on clay. Wait now.
How many, do we
Wait,
have clay?
we
Nigeria?
don't have grass, right?
We don't have grass.
But we have
hard courts. That's what we play.
So you manage what you have.
It's only hard court we have in Nigeria.
After all, the Roland Garros are enjoying clay court. Nobody's stopping them from playing clay court and the Monte Carlo Masters.
Yeah.
Nobody stopped them from enjoying it.
Yeah.
So is this what it is? So you stand upset in the Wimbledon.
I'm seeing an upset. One of these big two might not get to the final, and that person most likely is going to be the number 2, which is
Alcaraz to win it. Swiatek to win it.
Well, now some things is going to be, of course, Alcaraz to win the Wimbledon. The Wimbledon starts on Monday. We'll see who wins it. But for Uncanny Sam, he expects an upset.
Yep.
And it won't be Alcaraz. It's going to be the world number 1 who will get to the final and win it. Of course, if it's not Alcaraz, it has to be. Well,
I said the
somebody
upset
new.
is going to be Alcaraz. Alcaraz
Okay,
will be
we-
upset.
We're not sure who's going to win it.
We're not sure who's going to win it.
I mean, technically, it means Sinner is going to win it.
Wait to see what pans out in the Wimbledon. Go out there and enjoy good football at the Queens. Yes,
Good tennis at the
Good
Queens.
tennis. Did I just
Yeah.
say football?
Football
Well,
at the-
good tennis
yes.
at the Queens.
Amazing,
in the Wimbledon.
amazing setting, amazing
setting.
people. Everything looks spot on.
Everybody will be the
Looking so white.
court will be
You teach
green.
people how to-
See, the
to
court will be
organize
green,
tournaments,
and every
yeah.
other person will be white.
They're not
You know, wearing
Yeah.
white, looking
we will
good.
see Emma Raducanu
You know,
live.
once in a while we'll see celebrities and stars
Yeah.
also dropping.
Off-season.
When
Off-season
are you
soon.
going to drop in? And,
I'm thinking about it.
and what-
I'm thinking about it.
you want to watch the hard court in Nigeria? Of course, off the pitch, brought to you by Azar Studios.